You are now watching Tomioka Soul. Stay tuned for more.
Close your eyes, come to me, feel alright.
What is going on, guys? I am Toso, and yeah, there aren't really a whole lot of words. The heck? That's what I'm about. Mic. I might just need another mic. There aren't a whole lot of words to explain this change. It's something that I've done previously in the past. Just because I remember it was 2020, and I had the urge to just cut my hair completely off. And so I did, and the response, the reception to the look, I've never heard one bad thing. Not to toot my own horn, but I haven't heard one bad thing. A lot of people actually say I look better with a bald head than with hair. My little brother said that this morning when he saw my head. He said, "Thank you for." He said, "Thank you for cutting your hair." So I've done it a couple of times in the past, and when I was growing out my hair, the more I grew with the hair, the more attached I grew with it. And so going forward, I really want to eliminate all attachment, truly. I took a huge risk just yesterday. I took a couple of risks yesterday, and I firmly believe, though making the decisions that I made yesterday, hesitant for sure. I was very apprehensive and against it, but I'm very strong in my faith. Very strong in my faith, not only in myself but in God. And the entire day yesterday, I felt compelled to make the decisions that I made. Of course, I will give clarity to what those are later, not right now. That's really for me to know, but just know that I had to find out if I could fly or not. That is a metaphor for the risk that I took. Typically, the example that I'm describing is you're standing on a cliff and there are many different people around you. It's about 50 people, I'd say, just for the example. Just bear with me, I'm painting an image here. About 50 people around you, and you see a couple people jump off this cliff. Some of them fall, some of them completely fly. One thing you notice about some of the people who fell is that though they got hurt for sure, they're still trying to climb up to the other side, while majority of everyone else is standing on this cliff looking around like, oh yeah, I'm not doing this, I'm not. And I was one of those people for the longest time. Taking risks, really, in a nutshell, is something that scared the shit out of me. I'm not gonna lie to you. It is still kind of horrifying to think of doing. And yesterday I was in probably the most random place possible. I was in the bathroom. I was in the bathroom at my job, and nothing compelled me to start doing this, but I randomly started prophesying over my life. Speaking things into existence that I believe will come to pass very soon. And so after doing that, every single thing throughout the day was prompting me to make the choice that I made. Co-workers saying certain things, the right music, the right imagery, the right signs, whatever you want to call it, whether it's a sign from the universe. I believe firmly that it was God telling me that you have to make a decision today who you're going to be going forward. And so going back to that metaphor, I was one of those people that stood on that cliff, looking down, looking around, probably for years. Been standing on this cliff for years upon years upon years. And so I finally made the decision to jump. And right now I'm in the air. Currently I am in the air. And going forward, we're gonna find out whether I fall or whether I fly. I believe I'm going to fly. I believe I'm going to fly. I believe I'm gonna fly far, fly high, all the way to the sky, however you want to describe it. I believe that's me. I believe that's me. And I think it's important to have, I guess, that optimism, that outlook, in order to really make it as far as you want to make it. I have a lot of dreams, I have a lot of goals, I have a lot of aspirations. And I think it's finally time I started to claim them as mine rather than recognizing that they are options. I decided yesterday not to give myself any other options but to succeed. Whether that might be a simple action of shaving my head or doing whatever, pursuing careers. I had to eliminate all obstacles and all excuses to be not only who I am today, but to be who I will be tomorrow, next week, next year. Because I firmly believe that though I suffered severe tragedies this year and last year, that this is my life to claim. This is my life to claim. This is my life to live. And anyone would hear my situation, my story, and say, yeah, you're a crazy person. You're absolutely insane. You're ridiculous. And one thing I had to recognize is that these are people who have a rational thought. These are people who have lived in a world where that was all they knew. The rational, the normal. I have the blessing of living in a world and a generation today where the impossible is possible. The unthinkable is now thought of. And one thing I had to understand, I was watching this video from, I think it's Ben Lionel Scott, and they make a lot of motivational montages. And one of the things they said was, God is unreasonable. To us, he is completely unreasonable. He is completely irrational. He makes things happen without any sort of logical reason. And the one thing that God wants us to do is to walk in that. You have to walk in the irrational. You have to walk in the unreasonable. And you have to do so without, ideally, you have to do so without fear. But we're all human. Fear, anxiety, these things exist. These things exist with all of us. Whether you could see somebody on TV and they come off like the most perfect and confident person, and I promise you, you have no idea who they are. You have no idea what they carry. But I can guarantee you, they have fear, they have anxiety, and they had it when they were starting, creating a business, becoming an actor, doing artistry, whatever it might have been. And the reason why I didn't want to take risks for myself is because of fear, because of anxiety. I was scared to fail, and I was scared to succeed all at the same time. I was scared that I was going to fall on my face and everybody was going to point and laugh. And I was also scared to see who I was going to be in the future, who I was going to be today. I didn't have the balls to make a decision. I was shilly-shallying left and right, and I had no motive to be who I knew I was. I was almost uncomfortable in my own skin for about 21 years. And it gets to a point to where you get fucking tired of it. You get tired of lying, you get tired of hiding, you get tired of being scared. And I'm tired of that. I'm tired of being this person who is so scared of who he is. So scared to have any kind of audience. So scared. I mean, for the longest time, I was so scared to even start a YouTube channel, to even show my face, for anybody to hear my voice, because it wasn't normal. Because I don't sound like a typical black guy. I don't look like the typical black guy. I don't have I didn't see myself having any sort of confidence or charisma. You know, and that sucks on my part, because I really started to identify with that fear, identify with that anxiety, scared. But yesterday I decided enough is enough, man. Because it's my life. I got one life to live. If I don't live it for me, who am I going to live it for? You know? I have literally one life. Sorry. I have literally one life to live. And the last thing that I should be doing is worrying about being seen and worrying about who I'm going to be tomorrow, next week, what kind of job I'm going to have, whatever. So I'm still working on being that person that I see myself, the potential that I see. I'm still working on being that person for sure. I can't just say I woke up this morning and I felt like I was at the end of the goal. Like, no. It's still a journey. This is still something that I'm doing, something that I'm working towards. But I really wanted to come on here and explain myself, maybe inspire others to do the same. If you felt like you were hiding or kind of scared or feeling anxious, I've been there, definitely been there for sure, and I still have those moments for sure. But I'm taking a stand in my life. I'm taking the risk. I'm going forward without any more excuses. Can't hold myself back. Can't do that. So thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. If you like what you see here, and maybe this is the part where I'll typically cut it out, but I'm not gonna cut it out of this. If you like be here, do me a favor and go down, like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate any and all support. I will see you guys